An Antiques Roadshow guest has missed out on thousands of pounds after she refused to part ways with a painting by Jack Vettriano she had earlier purchased for £100. The painting depicted two young girls standing in the sea and collecting oysters in a basket while wearing matching blue and white outfits. Expert Frances Christie said, "Now you've brought a really distinctive early work by one of Scotland's most well-known artists." She asked the guest how she got it, to which she responded, "I inherited it from my parents, it's been in the family since the mid-80s, and they've passed away now so it's come to us." Francis went on to reveal that the artist only started painting in his 20s after being given a set of watercolors for his 21st birthday. She said he began painting as a hobby and learned the art by copying the strokes of other artists, thus telling the story of his development as an artist in his paintings. "It's quite an important thing because it really shows how he learned his craft," the expert divulged. "He didn't go to art school, he literally taught himself. So for me what's really interesting about it is the story of his development." And today, Vettriano is probably one of Scotland's most famous living artists. His posters of the singing butler, I think they've sold more posters in the 90s than any other painting, she revealed. "That's a pretty big accolade," Francis said before moving on to the amount that was paid for it. Francis asked the guest in question, "Do you have any idea what they paid for it?" The painting collector said, "They didn't pay a lot, I'm sure it was under £100. It was a pretty good spot by them," the BBC One star responded before going ahead and giving her valuation to the guest. She continued, "I think if this was to go to auction today as an early painting by one of Scotland's most well-known artists, it would put an estimate in the region of £1,500 to £2,000. The guest was taken aback by the valuation, and as she came to terms with the amount it was worth, she smiled and said, "Oh, okay." However, she then went on to say she didn't want to sell the painting as the sentimental value was worth more than the auction price. "I wouldn't part with it though, I love it, thank you," she expressed to Francis as the expert nodded her head and smiled.